Becky.
I am Kelsey.
These are 10 tips for not sucking at concerts. Tip number 1, you're not the only person in this concert. Especially if you're in like a choir or a band and you don't have a solo or anything, it's really not focus on you.
Like in concerts like that, you have to recognize that you're not the only person performing. Like you might be perfect, you may know everything perfectly well, you may be the best person there, but it's still about the whole ensemble.
Yeah.
Okay, so tip 2 is to learn how to bow correctly. Cause like in VAR, which I don't know if they have to do it for like other things, but for VAR they always like go when like the accompanist is walking on.
VAR is voice area recital.
VAR is voice area recital. We have it every Tuesday. So like they're walking in, and this is the accompanist, and this is the person performing, and then like walking in, and then they're like, and then I'm like, oh well, you're not bowing.
Tip number 3 is remember to breathe. You know, the correct way. Because when you get all anxious going up in a concert, you breathe, and especially something that our professor has been pushing us to right now is focus on the pitch of the inhalation for your breath, which isn't only important for vocalists, it's also important for wind instruments as well. And if you don't expand your ribs and do all the technical breathing stuff, then you're not going to get the sound you want in your concert.
Which is hard because of nerves.
Yeah.
But still. Tip number 4, dressing appropriately for any kind of recital or concert or whatever you're in. So just make sure, you know, your cleavage is covered because bowing is a thing.
Yes, bowing is definitely really important because sometimes you bow and then just like a little more than what you think is going to show happens, and that's...
And then, you know, bowing as well as the length of your dress. Watch out for that too.
The skirt, like, no one's gonna be behind you when you're bowing, so that's not a huge thing, but like with a skirt that's too short, it's a problem. It could be a problem. Tip number 5 is learn how to smile a little bit when you're going on stage and going off stage, because a lot of the times you'll go on stage and you're just like so into your performance that you're just like
so serious.
You're so serious. And it's smiling to engage the audience and just show that you are confident with what you're about to perform. And it's not just for vocalists, like instrumentalists, especially when you're walking on, you should not just be like, I have my music, I have my trombone, I'm ready to play.
A thing that I've noticed too that goes with that is like, even though you're an instrumentalist, you're still performing.
Yeah. Alright, tip number 6 is to be prepared. So for vocalists, we have to have our music memorized, which means we really, really need to know the piece and know all the words that we're singing. For instrumentalists, you have the music up there with you, but I feel like it should be memorized.
It should be memorized.
You just have it, kind of like what our choir director says when we have music for, like, we sang Regina Coeli in our last...
Or our 18-minute...
Yeah, our 18-minute
Hebrew piece.
Bernstein. But we have the music there and we're holding it and we're just letting the essence waft up to us. We're not using it. Yeah, those are her words.
Those are her words. Cool.
But like instrumentalists should know their piece really, really well and shouldn't depend on the sheet music for their performance. So being prepared is remembering everything and just being really confident in your performance.
And for vocalists, knowing your words and knowing your character.
Yeah, knowing your character is a huge thing because there's a difference between knowing the music and knowing the words and going on up there giving a flat performance and having a character and having a plan of how you want to perform the piece, and then you give a more interesting and eventful performance.
Tip number 7. Give your accompanist enough room to walk around you if in a small recital hall. This goes with the learning how to bow correctly.
Yeah.
So if you don't have like a plan set out, like we have talked to your accompanist before, plan.
That's definitely really important. Is to like get it,
know how you're going to bow.
On the same page with your accompanist. Yeah. Tip number 8 is to remember to acknowledge your accompanist, because so many people just forget to give credit to their accompanist, and they're just as important in this performance as you are. Without them, your piece would not be. it would not be.
It would not be.
Yeah. So it's really important to, if they're not bowing with you, which sometimes happens in different situations, to like gesture towards them. In a performance, like a musical or an opera or something, you gesture to the orchestra. Same kind of thing. You're acknowledging that they are there and they're important.
Tip number 9. Don't eat food that will make you sick. It's important to be healthy before your performance. I'm sick right now.
You are.
Like, not even just don't eat food that will make you sick. Just try not to get sick.
Yeah, because then you sound like a man.
I mean, I always usually do sound like a man.
But with this, it's stuff like really acidic fruits and foods in general will inhibit your performance. Also, anything with caffeine in it is not good for your larynx, which is a big deal for vocalists. And anything with sugar in it, you shouldn't be drinking or eating before you blow into an instrument. It's important to eat healthfully before you go on for a performance. Tip number 10, our final tip, is just don't overwork your voice or your chops or your fingers if you play a string instrument or if you play piano. Just know that you're prepared for this, you're ready. My tip for it, some people do it differently. Just warm up. I warm up for usually about 30 minutes, and then I run my piece once, and then I don't sing it until I perform. Some people sing it like twice or 3 times. I just don't want to overwork my voice and freak out about what I'm not doing right in the practice room, because I know once I get on stage, it'll sound way better. And then, so run it, and then, you know, proceed to freak out, because you're going to freak out and you're going to get all fidgety and nervous and stuff. And then go on stage and rock it.